So I guess we'll start with the E3 predictions. Do you guys have any? Because I have a lot.
I predict there will be an E3. I really don't know. I don't have much. I really can't think of any. You might want to start some off and maybe.
Okay. I'll read through my list. We can talk about them, and then if it inspires you guys to come up with any, we can just open it. I did them in order. I didn't start with Nintendo, then Xbox, then PlayStation, and then miscellaneous.
Okay.
So with Nintendo, I'm just predicting they're going to announce some new Smash characters.
Yeah, that's all I can think of.
That one's probably obvious, but I kind of feel like they're going to announce Ridley, where they had Ridley Shadow from.
I thought that was for a boss thing, though.
I know.
Okay.
It's either going to be, I don't know. And I'm hoping they announce King Cruel, because that'd be cool to have King Bowser, King Dedede, and then King Cruel from the Donkey Kong series, but I highly doubt that either.
That'd be neat.
But they might introduce Cranky Kong from Donkey Kong Country Tropical
That'd be
Freeze.
awesome.
But I don't know who else, but I'm just assuming they're going to do that.
Probably something else out of left field, too. It's
Yeah.
like, no one saw, like, when they announced the Wii Fit trainer, it's like,
No one's
I'm just gonna, I'm gonna put something in because I don't want him to be able to guess.
No, it's gonna be able to guess this one.
And along with Smash Brothers, I had it somewhere. Yeah, I think that Nintendo is going to also reveal how they're going to connect the 3DS and Wii U with Smash
Yes,
Brothers,
that.
because they've been hinting around about it
It's
for
like, I'll talk about that later.
ever. And they're like, they just never. They're like, we know how it's going to work, but we're not going to tell you right now.
Yeah.
It's just going to happen later. So I'm looking forward to that.
How do you think it will
I don't know.
connect?
Yeah.
I know Monster Hunter
And
connects.
then, if they do it with that, they're gonna start going up more.
Yeah, that's what I'm waiting for. But I know Monster Hunter 3 connects with the 3DS, but I haven't done it yet.
Well, it's like,
But I think that's just like.
you just get to continue your same save game, is all it is. You can play the
Well,
exact-
you can play multiplayer too.
Oh yeah, but it's still the same.
Yeah.
It's not like two separate, like Smash Brothers is basically two separate.
Yeah, it's two different games entirely, and they somehow connect. I'm not sure what they're going with, but I know it's going to
So
be.
now all
big.
the characters are going to be the same,
Yeah,
and all
the levels are going to be entirely different.
the levels are different. Maybe, I don't know. It's like I really don't know.
Well, whatever it is, I'm sure it'll blow our minds when that happens. And also, I think that Nintendo's also going to launch a brand new Wii U marketing campaign. Like they'll have like a new advertisement that they'll actually show at E3 for the Wii U specifically, and it'll start a new series of advertisements that'll.
Oh, okay.
Because I think they're going to relaunch the entire campaign in general,
Probably.
as far as the marketing team goes. Probably new posters and everything. I'm thinking
It's so
also.
big, like most people will be like, oh look, another one.
Yeah, I think they will, because honestly, I think at this point they need that, and a lot of people are saying that the marketing campaign's not good, and I think the newer stuff they've done is good, but I do know that when they first launched it, I didn't get it at first. I was like, I don't understand, and then I did. It took me a couple of advertisements to understand, oh, this is actually a new system. I was equally confused with the 3DS as well for a while, so when it first came out.
Yeah.
I think that's what they'll do. And then I also think that, of course, I think they're going to reveal some new games we haven't heard of. But I also think they're going to give release dates specifically for Yarn Yoshi. I think they're going to, like, oh, it's coming this day, probably maybe 2015 early.
Yeah.
And I think they're going to give the release date for Hyrule Warriors.
Honestly, anything on the Wii U, I don't think they're going to give a definite release date for,
You never know.
because everything
I think
has been
they'll
like,
give, yeah.
it's going to be within this time frame, maybe,
And then we'll push it
possibly.
back.
Then we have to delay it.
Like
Yeah.
everything on Wii U is like, delay that a little bit.
But I think they might give us a couple of solid dates and then some time frames definitely, but on a lot of them. I don't know, specifically I feel like they're just going to be like, Yarn Yoshi's coming Q1 2015. I feel like that's going to be the date.
Dash, maybe, hopefully, possibly.
Yes. And then also the Nintendo quality of life. Do you know about that? Anything about that?
No.
Like Iwata has been talking a lot recently about the former president of Nintendo. That how he was talking about Nintendo, it was meant for entertainment and nothing else.
Yeah.
But Iwata's been saying stuff like, he never meant that, it just meant video games. And he's wanting to look at a way to, because he's been saying that he doesn't want to worry anybody because Nintendo's always going to be mainly focused on video games. But he wants to find a way, like with Wii Fit, to make quality of life fun as far as like fitness and health and stuff like that goes. So apparently they've been working on this. giant project, Nintendo's quality of life project or something or another. That's
I haven't heard any of this.
they're
Sounds
keeping
really
it.
interesting.
He gave an interview to Diamond.net or something, some random website I've never heard of. There's an article on IGN too that they posted a couple days ago, but I think they're going to talk more about that.
Which site do you want to do an interview with? That one. No one visits that site. They will now.
But basically, I think they're going to announce some of that. Maybe it might be too soon to call that one, but I think they're going to talk about it. I think they'll
might
mention it.
mention it.
They'll be like, "We're working on the quality of life project," and on to this matter. You know how they brush
even know
that
if
stuff
they'll
in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll say it real loud, and then they'll have a brief pause,
Yes.
and then they go on to something else.
Yes.
That's what they do, yeah.
Kind of like, what was it that Sony did last year? They did that. It was like when they were announcing the PlayStation Plus was going to cost $5. They were like, PlayStation Plus is going to cost $5 a month now. But and then they just kept going.
She's ignored
They
that.
didn't even have time for people to react. They just changed the subject so fast. So I kind of think it might be like that. I don't think they're going to go into heavy detail, but you never know. It might be the main thing they talk about. Probably not.
That'd be interesting. They're like, all right, we're going to scrap everything. We're focusing completely on the quality of life.
But that's all my predictions with Nintendo. So, did you guys have any other predictions for Nintendo?
I don't. We'll probably see some sort of new, like 3DS color or something, because that happens every time.
Yes. I don't want to talk about that because one day I'm going to have to collect all of those. And
There's so many.
it's already a pain collecting the Game Boy Color colors. So, I mean, there's so many already. There's probably at least like 12 different colors or more. But next is Xbox. I think that we already know Halo 5's coming, but I think they're going to give a release time period, and they're also going to announce an Xbox One bundle. Because I know they've had an Xbox original and a 360 Halo edition. I think there was 2 360 Halo editions. So I'm pretty sure this one's going to be like a special colored Xbox One, and it'll be bundled with the game. But I also think, I kind of feel like they're going to have it like the Wii U, kind of, if you buy the system, it comes as a digital download. I don't think they're going to do the actual game.
Yeah, I'd say the actual game is mostly a thing of the past.
Which means if I do that, I have to buy the system, and then I'll have to go buy the game later. That sucks for me. But I think that's what they'll do. I think they're going to announce that, definitely.
I think we'll probably hear more about your media stuff that they're supposed to be doing, like that documentary they just did.
Yeah, that's the next thing,
All that
actually.
stuff.
Um, I think they're going to focus on Xbox TV, but I think they're going to focus too much on Xbox TV.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Because-
And turn, away from kind of games in a way.
Yeah.
They're trying to encompass. They're basically
They're-
like the quality of life thing.
Yeah, I think what they're doing is they're trying to expand their business like that, but they're also trying to... Sony
They're
and
trying to
Microsoft
incorporate
really...
all
Yes.
of their business, because where they're such big companies,
Yeah.
they're trying to make it. We're not just a game studio now.
We're doing
trying
other
to be.
stuff.
We're Microsoft. This is all right
Yeah.
here. One.
Because it's the all-in-one entertainment center system.
They're trying to revolutionize the industry, and
I
it's
think
either-
they're taking a bite
Yeah.
out of the Wii, too, because the Wii introduced so many new gamers to the gaming industry.
Yeah.
So I think they're trying to be like, well, let's go a step farther and let's try to interest people who
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
play
like,
games,
it's
like-
but they still like some other types of media to kind
It's
of
like, yeah, maybe instead of paying for cable, you can just get the Xbox One
and use our TV service, and
Yeah.
you can use Netflix and Hulu with it as well, and just
Yeah.
kind of
and then also,
Stack 'em up.
if you happen to buy a game, cool, it works with this.
yeah,
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So, but I do think they're going to focus too much on it
Or you can
because
get a kid to play it or something,
I know that the TV show they're going to launch it with is a soccer TV show.
That could be interesting.
It could be.
What's it?
I know that would be great in Europe, but I
That
would've
is a
chose
weird
something-
choice.
Yes,
for-
I would have chose something else for North
Yeah.
America and definitely something else for Japan. Because I think Europe, that would work, like in the UK especially, that would just
I
be...
know Japan likes soccer too. Basically, everywhere loves soccer but us.
yeah.
I think it's a weird
It's
choice.
football.
And the bad thing is, like, with Japan, that's...
Soccer's still really big.
I'm hoping it helps the Xbox One in Japan. Because they haven't even launched it over there yet, I think.
I don't think so. I
I think
think
that's
like they just
sometime in
recently
May.
announced the launch date, didn't they?
Yeah, I think, isn't it like in May or something?
Oh no. Microsoft has weird bad blood with Japan.
I know.
I know, they're like, all right, let's release our Xbox 360 over there. quick, get some RPGs on there. We'll get the famous people. Still not working.
But the other one for Xbox I have is, I think they're going to release a whole bunch of new games. I like a ton of them. Probably more than Nintendo and Sony put together that we haven't heard of. Because when they changed presidents, the new president got on Twitter on the Xbox account and said, this is what to expect from Xbox at E3. Games, and more games. So
maybe they'll
I'm
ignore
hoping
the TV portion altogether.
it could be. I think it's going to go one way or the other. And see, they tweeted that, but all I've heard since that is about Xbox TV.
Well,
So,
I mean, that might be why you're hearing all that about Xbox TV.
Yeah. But I'm hoping that they keep that promise, because that's what Xbox needs. I've always thought they needed more franchises and exclusives.
Yeah.
And,
They at least amount of exclusives on there.
yes. And on top of that, what would be excellent, I think, to see is Banjo-Kazooie. Maybe. Probably not, but maybe. I get my hopes up again this year. I had them up last year.
If they do, it's like, I'm going to buy an Xbox One.
Yeah.
I think we said that last year, too, at E3.
It's like, if
In
you
a
want me to
podcast.
buy your system, put a Banjo-Kazooie game on it. It's
And
like,
we
I'm
will-
kind of obligated to.
Okay.
Wow, that was awesome news. I can't believe you found that out. I'm so
Wow,
glad
that's amazing.
Yeah.
that we got that on
I hope you
camera.
guys didn't miss that.
Yeah. I mean, that was fantastic.
I mean, who would have thought all three presidents of the companies would call us of all people?
I know. Most convenient timing
I
ever.
know. Yeah.
All right, but anyways, with our E3 predictions, that was all my Xbox predictions. So, did you guys have any other Xbox predictions?
They're going to change the color from green to lime green.
Okay.
PlayStation. I think one of the biggest things that I think they need to do, and I hope they do, that they're going to address the Naughty Dog concerns as of recently. That they're going to tell us what's going on over there.
I don't know what's
A bunch of people have been quitting and moving to different companies
all that.
for miscellaneous, unexplained reasons. Like, oh, I'm just decided to move on. I'm like, there's so many
Yeah.
people that have left.
I kind of feel
Yeah,
like
there's
it's
gotta be
happening
some,
because
Or
where
it's
Naughty
getting
Dog
bigger.
has become so big.
Yeah.
It's sort of like when Pixar was bought up by Walt Disney. They
Yeah.
don't feel the same.
Yeah.
That could be it. But
Because
I'm
the
hoping.
same sort of thing happened with like Rare and
Could be
those
like a
companies.
change
Whenever
of,
they
like-
become,
See, I'm hoping it actually goes in the route Pixar's
And I
going,
guess
and not in the route Rare's
it's
going.
maybe
Because if
the pressure of it since they've
could
done
be.
so many good games. Like,
Yeah.
Because see, most of the people that are leaving are the people that have been there for the longest times. Like, some of them have been there for the really, really long time.
but it is strange that it's all happening like all at once.
Yeah, because I mean, it's like every other day I'm like, what? Someone else just left Naughty Dog. What is going on over there? But I'm hoping that it's just stays okay. Like, I'm hoping enough people stay to keep the games like they are, or make them better at least.
No, what were you saying about Rare?
Oh, I'm hoping that Naughty Dog goes in the route Pixar went and not in the route Rare went, because
Oh.
Rare's games, they didn't necessarily get worse.
Yes, it
They
is.
kind of did. I still love their games, but they're not like they used to be.
Yeah.
And if that happens to Naughty Dog, I'll have to cry like I did with Rare, unfortunately. Like, no, it's not fair. But, you know, you don't know what'll happen. I'm hoping they'll just be like, it's okay, everybody. And then
Do
maybe
you think
give us
they're
some
actually
sugar.
going to address it and be like,
I hope so.
I don't think so.
They might-
If I were them, I wouldn't even talk about it. Good or bad, it's like, just don't mention it.
Just let it go.
Yeah.
Let it go in the lane. I'm hoping maybe they'll have someone from Naughty Dog show a trailer, and
Or
maybe
something
they'll
like that one.
they'll mention that maybe they'll give like the people who have left like a good send off or something. Maybe
Yeah.
I don't think
I could send them
they're
something.
not going to do anything for anyone to they left. I'm not going to talk about it.
I don't know.
think so.
That, either way, I think we're going to see something from Naughty Dog, regardless. Whether it's an
Yeah.
Uncharted trailer or something.
Well, didn't they already talk about an Uncharted like teaser thing? Like they're going to make
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, they had a trailer, and everyone's freaking out because they didn't
wasn't really a trailer. It doesn't
Well,
count when they're
yeah.
like, look, we made some CG stuff.
And it's got the word Uncharted
Just like
in it.
Kingdom Hearts 3, it's like, look, I mean, we're not working on it.
But here's something we threw together just for this to show.
The interns have been working on this for years. I felt bad I didn't show it to you.
But I think they're going to confirm if the main character is going to stay with Drake or not. I think that's one thing they'll do. Is if they show an Uncharted trailer, I think it's going to confirm that for us, one way or the other. Then I also think that they're going to announce two new first-party exclusive games they're like new independent things or whatever.
Okay.
Because they, the reason it's specifically two is they patented two new games. I can't remember what they were called, but they actually, or not patented them, but got a copyright for the titles of two games.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Good.
yes, I'm hoping that they'll announce those, which I don't know because they just recently patented it, or copyrighted it. I keep saying that. But they may have been working on it for a long time before you. I don't know.
And sometimes they just buy copyrights. It's like, hey, one day you might want to call the game Risa Mamalola. You might as well go ahead and copyright it.
Mm-hmm.
And then, also, I think that the PlayStation virtual reality headset is going to be there, not as a demo or like anything working. I don't think, but I think they're going to.
Just be there.
Yeah, I think they're going to have like the prototype. I think they're going to like kind of show it maybe,
It exists.
or maybe they'll show like some type of, I don't know, like some type of trailer that
Yeah, like a demonstrational.
Yeah.
This is what could be.
or maybe they might even have like a tech demo, kind of like they do all the time. That means absolutely nothing. But I don't think they'll go that far. But I also think it'll be really bumbly, like complete hit and miss, and I think it's gonna cause a lot of false hope, or not hope.
What about the
false
Oculus
hype.
Rift?
Yeah, well that too. I think that's going to be there too. And I think it's going to be.
We realized
crazy.
the Virtual Boy. We hadn't gone far
Yes.
enough.
We have to take that virtual boy to the next level.
That's what all these virtual reality
I know.
headsets look like to me. They're like, they're trying to make a Virtual Boy too.
And I guess it's the biggest reason I think it's going to be really crazy. Like, I don't know. I hope they don't focus too much on it. I hope because like right now, all three consoles do it as well as they are. I think Xbox has sold almost 5 million. Wii U sold like 6.5 million, and then PlayStation's already passed 7 million. They should just keep selling those, keep selling the consoles. I don't really care about the virtual reality headsets. I don't know if they should even be at E3 because I don't know. I think it's going to cause a lot of confusion because Nintendo and Microsoft have already confused us enough, I think.
Mm-hmm.
One year is all I ask for at E3. Let's not confuse us this year, and then just show us next year. But that's all
You
my
don't hear that a
PlayStation
lot.
ones. Yeah.
Just wait another year.
But that's all my PlayStation ones. Do you have any for Sony? Okay, so then I'm in the miscellaneous section. The first one, I think they're going to officially announce Fallout 4. I think it's going to happen this year. I thought it was going to happen last year. It turned out that trailer was for The Evil Within, but this year I think Fallout 4 is actually going to come.
I
Because
still don't know if it's gonna come.
the reason I think so is because they've had 2 consecutive back-to-back Elder Scrolls games. Because they did Skyrim, and then the next game that they did was Elder Scrolls Online.
Yeah.
And
yeah, they're probably free to.
I know that the lawsuit that was going on between them and Interplay, which about who was going to make the Fallout Online game, has officially been solved. And Interplay was like, look, you guys did good with Elder Scrolls, so you guys just take that. They kind of backed off, so that lawsuit's settled. So they're clear if they wanted to on a Fallout Online game, but I think it's going to be Fallout 4 because
I hope it's
been
4 and not.
That's what I hope so too, because I don't care if it's online or not. I just want Fallout 4. But there's a lot of other reasons, because there was that leaked document that happened about 3 or 4 months ago, and the title of the document was War Never Changes. So I'm like, okay, it's obvious about Fallout, and it mentions Massachusetts specifically. And then of course there was, Bethesda confirmed it, there were people, they had scouts in Boston taking pictures, They even took pictures of the manhole covers for the sewers. So
Because that's important. That's an important detail.
yeah, you got to get that right.
Yeah.
If you don't get that right, I just stop playing the game.
I'm gonna check those manhole covers. If they're not right, not playing. But no, they also anytime a building was in construction, I guess, and I don't know if they're still doing it or not, but I know that they did. Every building that was in construction or was about to be in construction, they went to film and take pictures. So I guess they could see what it kind of looked like in that kind of destructed thing. And there was a couple buildings I think they demolished at that time, and they were there and recording that and stuff too. So
Yeah.
also GameSpot did a trailer. That's one of their predictions as well. Fallout 4 that is going to be there. There was something else about Boston. No, not Boston. Three Dog, because they had after E3 last year, they got him to the actor that voiced Three Dog from Fallout. They got him to. They hired him back. They signed him on for another Fallout game, and they said, "We're not going to tell you what it is, but you can get on Twitter and say that we hired you back. Just don't tell them what for." So he got on and said, "Well, it's official. I'm allowed to tweet this. I'm reprising my role as Three Dog."
But can't you kill him in the game?
You can kill him in the game.
Logically.
Well, technically you can kill anybody in the game,
That's
but
a good point.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna. I don't think.
Connect.
It's not gonna influence the story that
It's
much.
not going to be a Mass Effect.
But see, what I'm worrying about is Boston is not the capital wasteland.
It's quite a ways away. It's like, how is he going to
Yeah.
show up? Maybe it's going to be really big, like the whole United States.
Or maybe what I was saying, maybe like you'll just be able to pick up some of the radio station signals from there.
That would make sense.
Maybe, I don't know.
Or maybe after the events Fallout 3, he's like, I'm going to go to Boston now because...
It could be. He's continuing the good fight and moved to Boston to do that.
Yeah.
Instead of at the capital of the United States.
It's
he's
pretty
gonna go to
wild
Boston.
because this is further than most people have traveled
Yes.
in this time era.
Yes.
I mean, you barely go, you just go through the state of DC a little bit,
Yeah.
and it's like, wow, you've traveled a lot.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy. There's a lot going on in that little map, and then with New Vegas and stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's gonna be crazy. But I think it'll be there. I think they're gonna officially announce it. I don't know what kind of
Did he say he was actually going to be
Three Dog.
Dog?
Yeah, he said he's reprising his role as Three Dog.
Okay.
So. And Three
Well,
Dog
maybe
is
he's just
only
gonna
in
be-
Fallout. So
Maybe he's going to be in one of the other games that's Three Dogs somehow, as like a cameo or something.
Yeah.
that
Maybe
could
something
be.
small.
Could be. You never know. But then the next one is
Like maybe he's some announcer guy in an Elder Scrolls game who just stands outside the place with like a pamphlet and it's like, oh, announcing stuff.
Visit Megaton or Rivet City or something. I don't know. Visit the Capital Wasteland.
So
Here you
get all
go.
the way in some cave and
I'm from the future.
from the future.
But I think we're going to get some Kingdom Hearts info or possibly a new trailer. I think Square Enix. You don't?
Nope, we have to Final Fantasy 14 has that.
That is true.
I think we'll hear more about that.
I think they'll mention it at least. I think we'll get some type of info, but a trailer's pushing it. That trailer, because I got a little slash there for the trailer. I'm like, it's kind of wishful thinking, but
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen.
I hope it happens.
How long
That'd be
have you
great.
been working on it?
A long time.
Like working, or like saying,
Saying.
yeah, I'm thinking about
Since Kingdom Hearts 2 launched and did well, like
Even
not
before
long after
that.
that. Yeah, probably, because I don't know.
it was always planned to be 3.
Andrew would know the specific time.
Oh yeah.
It was March.
March 15th of 2009 or something. I don't know.
Approximately 11:59
Yeah.
in the Grand Hotel in downtown Tokyo.
It's Tietsu Norma. It's
Full
crazy,
Yeah.
but I kind of think he'll give us some more info. I'm hoping that I wish they would just tell us what consoles it's going to be on.
Well, PlayStation 4.
Yeah. Isn't it?
Well, there's-
not gonna
there's-
be a PlayStation exclusive. This one's not going to be a PlayStation.
There's a reason I don't think it will be. We'll get to that later, but I'm just hoping that they announced it. Why?
There's 2 reasons. One, their Final Fantasy games have been multiplayer, and then the stock
Yeah, that. But then there's also with like Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance was on the 3DS for some reason, and I'm not sure. I don't know because they did
had a DS
well they
game,
did yeah
they
they
had a
did
3DS
Coded.
game, they had a PSP game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Coded was a mobile game that they decided.
That
Xbox is
they
the only
yes.
one that hasn't had one.
I know.
It's
Which
because Xbox doesn't have a mobile system.
Yeah.
Or they'd be like, oh, we'll try that.
I'm not sure, but I'm hoping it'll be on all 3 systems because that would be really cool.
Actually, a good reason for Microsoft to maybe not get it is the fact that they don't sell any in Japan.
That's
It's like,
that is true.
Yeah.
And then I also think Ubisoft is going to dominate with new content, like they
Again.
always do,
Yeah.
because of at least recently, the last
so
couple
far
of
they've
years.
been really good.
Yeah, and I think I don't know.
See more
We're going to
Assassins.
get a lot of stuff. They're going to be like, check out this Assassin's Creed trailer,
Okay.
and this Assassin's Creed trailer, and then this new Just Dance game, and then Rocksmith, and then a new Rabbids game, and a new Rayman game, and
Yeah.
that racing game they're working on that's supposed to be revolutionary, and then who knows what else. Oh, here's some Watch Dogs on the side, and then here's like 5 new games that you've never heard of, but they look really awesome, and we're just going to show it to you. And they're like, thank you Nintendo, Microsoft, Sony for coming, but you can go home now. We got the floor.
Yeah.
No one else. Everybody else can just leave. Everybody in the audience just leave. We just want to admire the big screen here. But I think they're going to be awesome again. Or maybe they'll actually be really quiet. Maybe it'll just be completely
This
opposite.
will probably
of
be a
that.
fairly quiet year.
They'll just get up and be
working
like-
on just sort of having, it's like, you've already seen all this.
They'll get up and they'll just be like, Watch Dogs, and they'll just sit back down. I mean, I don't know. And then there've been rumors about Batman Arkham Knight being delayed until 2015. I think it'll become official at E3.
Yeah.
I think they'll be like,
regardless of it being delayed or not, we're going to hear more about it.
I think they'll be like, here's this new trailer, and then at the end it'll say summer 2015 or sometime in 2015.
Well, they'll be like, you know what? We'll just tell you when we're ready. It'll all be typed
Because
up.
right now they're shooting for October 14th, but then there's been rumors
Of this
everywhere. Yeah,
Yeah, that ain't happening.
I didn't think so. And if that happens, Andrew is going to die.
Unless they've really perfected how to do this stuff.
Well, see, they've been
Well,
working
a lot
on it
further
since
ahead.
City, which was in what,
Yeah,
2011.
but still, of all they've released, it's basically like, yeah, we're still working on it.
Yeah,
So unless they're further ahead than they've let on,
yeah. Because unless they might be doing it very strategically, and they might just be like releasing little bits of information at a time to make us think that they're in that development process, but they're actually almost done with it. But there have been rumors going around that it's going
of
to be
course,
delayed.
Assassin's Creed 3 was being worked on since Assassin's Creed 2.
Yeah,
And, of course, this doesn't have the problem of a bunch of other games coming and throwing new mechanics.
Yeah.
So that by the time the third one comes, it's like, they kind of stole our ideas.
but you never know what's going to happen with Arkham Knight or any of this stuff. All of these could be wrong. I'm hoping most of them are right.
So what's Arkham Knight's thing gonna be? Do you, like,
What do you mean?
first time it was the asylum, then it was the city, and in
I'm
the little
assuming-
spin-off it was like in Gotham, so they're gonna do that again? Or
I'm thinking it's going to be everything because I think it'll be the asylum, everything.
Okay.
But I think that because the reason I think that is because the city was so big in Arkham City that
So how do you
players
top
wanted the Batmobile, and then now that they've announced it, I think it's going to be even bigger, just because you have all that. You've got the Batmobile, so you can travel around faster, and they'll probably bring back the Batwing as fast travel from Arkham Origins. So I like the Batmobile a lot in this one. It looks like they took the Michael Keaton Batmobile and mixed it with the new Batmobile, like kind of like a awesome fusion of the two.
Sounds nice.
It looks awesome. Oh yeah, that's E3. Unless you guys have any other predictions for third party or somebody, maybe Sega or Atari. Atari's
Sega's gonna come out with a new system as well as Atari.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Atari 8000.
Yeah.
82,000.
82,000.
That sounds legit. It's gonna go back to cartridge based gaming.
But it's also going to stream stuff.
It's
Like,
gonna stream stuff.
you can watch
Yeah,
Netflix
yeah.
on your Atari, but it's a cartridge-based system.
It's a cartridge-based system. Well, it's still going to have the same graphic capabilities, even better than.
But it's not going to have wireless internet. No wireless internet.
Not originally.
And it's
not
going to
at
have the
launch.
same joystick that the 2600 had.
Yeah.
But it's just going to have more buttons.
It's
It's going to have 2 trigger buttons along with the red buttons.
its first game is going to be a Grand Theft Auto game. Grand Theft Auto 6 exclusively on the Atari.
What did we say, 8200?
Yeah.
It's going to be called Grand Theft Auto 8200.
Grand Theft Auto 8200. All the gameplay with one joystick.
Oh my god. And then the Sega's going to come out with the Sega...
Or Sega might just be like, you know what, we're basically just going to be a Nintendo thing here.
yeah, I hope Nintendo just is like, let's just buy Sega and get it over with.
That's exactly what it is. It's like, because Sega has basically been like, we give up.
Because Sonic's and Mario games and Smash
Yeah.
Brothers, and they went to the Olympics together multiple times, and it's just like, okay, let's just...
Yeah.
If Sega
Let's
could
see,
only foresee the future back in the day, they would not know what to think.
The Sochi games were the last ones that Nintendo and Sega had for the Olympics, so it'll be interesting to see who gets the rights to make Olympic video games next.
Yeah,
I don't know if we'll hear anything about that,
I don't know.
but I don't know if they're going to keep it or if just everyone's going to stay away from it or if someone else is going to pick that up.
I would hope Sega keeps it. Sega and Nintendo making those games.
Yeah.
But you never know.
This was the last one of their like contract thing.
Yeah. And like Nintendo had a contract with Sega that was also up too. Like the next 3 games Sega made, well, it's about to be up. It was supposed to be exclusive, and that was the
Lost World.
Sochi Olympic Games, then Lost World, and then the new one that's coming out, which is Sonic Boom.
Oh yeah, that's a complete rebranding of Sonic, right?
Yeah, and it
Yeah,
looks
we'll
crazy.
hear more about that.